If you want, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be all about Sephora sale recommendations, but I wanted to focus on minis because first off, they're my favorite pretty much year round, not gonna lie. You get to try more products, they're more affordable, and quite frankly, I don't use up makeup that often, especially certain categories that I wanted to focus on. So I went on the Sephora website, I looked at my favorite products from these categories, and I thought I would just share them with you. I will link down below any relevant video if I did a wear test or a lip swatch video, for example, on some lipsticks. And I'll try to include as many swatches and relevant info also during the video. And also I'll link any other specific Sephora sale recommendation video. I talked about some of my all-time favorite products and then some underrated ones, but I was trying to not repeat myself. So let's go through them. By the way, I tried to move my bangs out of the way so you could see my eyeliner in all its glory. I feel very witchy, so for Halloween, I thought it was a good team. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is mascaras, because first off, you have to replace them every 3 to 6 months. So often I find myself not finishing a whole tube of it. So if you do get a mini at Sephora, the price is actually comparable to a drugstore mascara because let's be real, I don't want to spend $50 on a mascara. I just don't see the point of it. I did a video testing some of their bestsellers. I think I did a top 10 or 12. And I not only put them to the test, but I also included some lash swatches and close-ups so you can see what they look like. But I looked up at the ones that are currently available online, and my favorite ones are all available. So let me include some of the close-ups from that video in here, but if you want to see all the info, I'll link the video down below like I mentioned. So shout out to the Lancome Monsieur Big because that mascara looks amazing. Definitely took me by surprise. I wasn't sure it was going to give me everything I wanted, but it does. It doesn't smudge, doesn't flake. They do have a waterproof version, but personally I'm perfectly okay with the normal one. Another favorite of mine that has a mini is the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, which that close-up is just ridiculous. I can't even speak. Have you seen my lashes? It's just ridiculous. Adore that one. Another mascara that was super popular during that video was the Hourglass Caution one, which everyone seemed to like the look of it on my lashes. They also have a mini of that one, so definitely would recommend checking out in general minis from Sephora for mascaras. They also every year have a like lash favorite, so if you want to just test some of their best-selling ones, some of their new ones, you basically get a good value and you get so many mascaras to try for the next year. I think a lot of us have enough lipsticks to last them a lifetime. I know I do. But I feel like my taste changes a lot and I want to switch it up. And minis, again, the perfect thing to get for lipsticks for me. I'm currently wearing one of the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. They have, I just checked on their website, about 9 or 10, and they look like they're the best-selling shades, a lot of nudes and a lot of like reds and burgundies. This one is the color Nosferatu. I did do a lip swatch video on all of the ones that I believe are available. Some of them are currently on sale for That was my glass of water. For $5 on their website, so if you like crazier colors, definitely would check it out right now. But like I said, I'm wearing Nosferatu, and I don't know if you notice, my teeth are extra shiny because I'm wearing Invisaligns, which lipstick and Invisalign, not a good mix, but no transfer. None, actually. There's a tiny bit, but I've been like drinking water, so that might be it. But there's nothing on my teeth. These are super unforgiving because I have little bumps also on my teeth, so like there's definitely some rubbing action on the lipstick, anything that is on the inside. So fantastic. They wear very nicely. Their colors are amazing. They're very popular. I feel like there's also a benefit that if you find out, you know what, after testing a few colors that way, I decided this one is my perfect one, you can go ahead and buy the full size once you've used up the small one, or just continue buying the small one really. So yes, mini for liquid lipsticks. No, Sephora has a lot also for their own brand of liquid lipsticks in kits. I believe they have Give Me Some Lips, so they always have like some type of value kit every year. So if you want to test a bunch of liquid lipsticks, or lipsticks I should say, lip products, because sometimes they have also lip glosses and lip liners, they always have a great kit. So I'll put the one that they have this year, I'll link it down below as always, but you get to just try a bunch of different ones and figure out what you like, what kind of formula you like, and see which brand is for you. There's also a limited edition little kit from Fenty Beauty, so if you wanted to try that formula, I highly recommend it. I had done a video comparing the red one compared to the Sephora cream lip stains, which is one of my favorite formula, and it lasted super well, and the benefit of it is that it just is so easy to remove. I know some people hate how liquid lipsticks tend to be super difficult to remove, although you can just use waterproof makeup remover. I actually don't have any right now, but like Garnier, It's like $5–10. The blue one, super easy to remove liquid lipsticks. But if you don't like having to rub, I would definitely recommend checking out the Fenty Beauty ones. At this time of the year, they have a bunch of those gift sets, but every year, BIBE Beauty always has great gift sets. I've seen a couple of their lip crayons, which are just amazing. They're edible. If that's something that's important for you, you can basically eat your lipstick. It's not bad for you. But I also wanted to give a shout out to more expensive ones because I like to be able to try a few different shades, and obviously getting the minis makes them a little bit more affordable. So I have seen some really nice gift sets from Lancome and Charlotte Tilbury. Both of them have amazing packaging. It just calls my name. I feel like sometimes expensive brands, the packaging is so-so, but these two brands are definitely up there for me. I will try to include some of the swatches of the colors that are in those kits, the ones I currently have the full size of, so you can see what they look like, kind of giving you an idea if that's something that you would be into. Sephora also has a bunch of eyeshadow palette in the mini category. And I personally really enjoy them because I'll either not want all the colors in a big palette, so I feel like it's a waste, or sometimes I tend to skip eyeshadow. Currently I'm not wearing any. So for me, that could also be a way to get a smaller palette and not having to splurge on a big one. I know Urban Decay has a bunch of these palettes, the Naked Basic 1 and 2. They also have the Petite Heat, which was a great one. And then there's also Natasha Denona. Her palettes are amazing, but they're so expensive. So I feel like those little 5-shade palette tend to be a little bit more affordable. They're about $25 US. And I find that just generally smaller palettes are more cohesive color palette wise. I feel like there's no shade in there that I'm not going to use, so I definitely feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Ooh, and also Anastasia Beverly Hills just came out with the Self Glam 2 palette, a mini version. So if you had been eyeing the big one, I definitely would recommend checking out this one too. I do feel like the colors in there are definitely some of my favorite ones. I'm a huge cheek product lover. Blushes, highlighters, bronzers, I love them all, but I don't use up a lot of them ever. I feel like bronzers, a couple ones. I've definitely finished a couple ones, but highlighters and blushes, not that often. So I do feel like going with the mini route, going the mini route is sometimes it just makes more sense because technically it might be more expensive for the amount that you get, but if you're not going to finish it, it's definitely worth saving those dollars. Some of my favorite minis would be Becca. Their highlighters are gorgeous, but they're super pigmented and intense, so I feel like I will never run out of a full size, and they have a bunch of different ones. I believe they have about 5 in the mini size, so it's about half the price, so why not get that instead? I'll include some swatches of the shades that I have. Personally, the 2 lightest ones are the ones that work the best on me, but everyone raved about them for so long and I feel like everyone owns them at this point. But if you don't, I highly recommend you go with that one if you want something very intense. But they're not like metallic. They're like a nice, intense blinding highlighter, but I don't feel like I have any glitter, which is not my favorite on a daily basis. If you want something on the completely other end of the spectrum, Hourglass, they have those gorgeous ambient lighting powders. They often have a value set, like a little palette during the holidays, so if they have one for this year, I'll link it down below. Often they have like a bronzer and a blush in there too, but the ambient lighting powders are my favorite by them because they're just such a natural glow, which I'm a huge fan of, and if you want it all over, it's definitely gorgeous too. Once again, there's no glitter in there, so it's definitely a soft, natural glow. How many times am I gonna say glow? Which brings me to little duos also for highlighters, because often highlighters and bronzers, they'll have these little duos, like for example, Charlotte Tilbury. I don't own that one, but I am eyeing it. I want that one so badly. The packaging, once again, Charlotte Tilbury, if I could own everything, I would. The rose gold is just too pretty, but yes, they have this very, very famous and popular palette that one day I will own. There's also the very famous NARS Laguna and Orgasm blush one. They often come out with limited edition ones, so definitely keep an eye out if you are interested in more shades like that. As for blushes, I feel like there aren't that many currently. I'm hoping that they will get more like value set during the holidays / just it's going to become more of a thing because once again, I love blushes and I just can't justify buying more at this point, but minis, it's a little bit more easy to justify, I guess. Benefit, definitely save the money if you don't use up blushes often. Definitely a nice way to be able to test more shades. I'll include some swatches of the ones that I have. They're really pretty. I do like the packaging. Definitely sucked me in and I feel like I need to own them all kind of thing. But yes, very, very nice blushes. I'm a little sad. I was going to say Tarte, but they currently only have one mini one. They often have, once again, those like 4 packs during the holidays, so maybe they will do that again later this year. But it's the color Seduce, which is one of my favorite like nude everyday kind of blush, so I'll include a swatch so you can see it. Absolutely beautiful, will suit so many different skin tones too. They're very pigmented and definitely last all day. And lastly, for cheek products, bronzers. They have actually quite a few, and like some of their best-selling ones, which is definitely nice, so you can either gift it to yourself or someone else during the holidays that are coming up, or it's just a nice way to be able to test a high-end one and see if you actually want to get the full size, or just, you know you're gonna not run out of it ever, so why get the full size? A lot of the really popular ones, like the NARS Laguna one, the Too Faced Chocolate Matte Soleil, Benefit Hula. They even have this Tarte Amazonian one, which is like one of the, I think it was the first high-end bronzers I finished a whole full size of ever. And then lastly, I'm just going to mention a few more random products, less of a category and more recommendations that I see that they have minis of that I love. I don't use brow gel every day, but I really love the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. It's clear, it keeps your brows in place. Actually, let me apply some right now. It's not sticky, and it personally lasts me quite a while, but again, like I said, I don't necessarily wear it every single day, but I like that it's very soft, it's not crunchy, but still strong enough to actually do its job. Powders, loose powders specifically, if you're someone that uses them, you definitely can get a small size of them because they last forever. Let's be real, like a full size, that's a random MAC one, but like a full size will last me literally forever. I can use it every day. Granted, my skin is more combination now. It used to be super oily though, and they will last me a year. So if you want to try a more expensive one, I do find that some of them have like really nice natural finish. I believe they have the Makeup Forever one that I really like. The Laura Mercier one is super popular. Personally, it's a bit too drying for me, but if you really want that matte finish, this is it. So it's a nice way to, again, get a Sephora product, but at a more reasonable price. It's also fun to just try different ones. I feel like loose powder, like I said, I don't have that many that I've tested because it takes me forever, and I feel like I do get bored a little bit. Obviously, do try to still finish my products, but if you are someone that gets bored and minis are also a good way to work with that. And finally, I wanted to give a shout out to skin products if you're someone that doesn't wear them every single day, but you still want to try some of these. The Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. So again, if you're not someone that wears skin products foundation every single day, but you want to try that one, it's a very popular one. Actually, I did do a half-half compared to another one of their foundation if you want to see. And it's such a nice foundation. It does work for a lot of different skin types too. It looks super natural. And again, if you're not someone that wears foundation every single day, and you are someone that tends to keep the good stuff for like special days, and it just goes bad, getting, for example, the small size of the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation might make more sense. There's less of a chance of it going bad before you have a chance of using it all up. So all the info that I mentioned will be included in the description box if you want to also get the code for the sale. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comment section your favorite minis at Sephora. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out, including some of the past recommendation videos that I've done. And I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye.